Good.
Alright? Once again, want to give all praises to Yahweh.
Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakak Wadash.
Praises and glory to the Heavenly Father's true name. In the name of His only begotten Son, with whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And also in the name of the Holy Spirit. That's what we said. Alright, giving double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers around the four corners of this earth. And continue to spread this word in sincerity and in truth. Alright, salutation to the brethren. Alright, these Hebrew Israelites, the real Hebrew Israelites out here, to prophesy. Alright, to teach, to exhort, to build up the nation of Israel. Alright, to show what is going to befall them in these last days. Right. Right now, we're in the last days. Alright, we're in that time where the highest is going to visit the earth. And all we know that through measuring the times. That's right. Alright, measuring the time diligently. In the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said,
2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. And it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
You understand? So we will understand when it is a measure the time using what? The scriptures. Measuring the time using the prophecies of the scriptures. You will know what time it is. Alright? Get from Romans chapter 13, 11 verse, high time.
Revelation chapter 20.
Chapter 13. Because there's not the time to be ignorant. Alright?
Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Alright, so say I know the time. But to know the time, you have to measure it using the measuring stick. Alright, which is the scriptures. The scriptures show you, give you a sequence of things that must come to pass before the Son of the Lord makes his return. Alright, Jacob trouble, martial law. Alright, famine of the word. You know, our temptation, which is the microchipping, the mark of the beast, you know, World War III. These things must come to pass. But if you're not reading this book, if you're not seeking out of the book of the Most High and reading, you would never know. Alright, you will be a part of that number that is called the blind. Alright, go ahead.
Alright, reading on, right? For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Salvation to whom? Salvation to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians that are in captivity today under the heathen nations. Alright? Where these heathen nations ruling over us. We take the scrums off of their table. We take the scrums off of the so-called white man table. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. Even these Elamites. Alright? Go ahead.
It says Luke chapter 1 verse 68. They ask, salvation for who? Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people.
3:23. Alright, the Most High had visited and redeemed his people. Who's the Most High people? The Most High people is the children of Israel.
That's right.
As the ones he made covenant with, an agreement with.
That's right.
Alright, go back to the laws in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. Alright, in the Old Testament, you see throughout the Old Testament, the Most High was dealing with the children of Israel. That's his people. Alright, give me Matthew 2 and verse 6.
This book of Matthew chapter 2. Where Matthew chapter 2 verse 6. And it reads, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
A governor, who's that governor? That governor is Yahushai. Alright? And as the prophet Isaiah said, the government is going to be upon his shoulder. Who's the government? The elect.
That's right.
Alright, the elect of Israel, the 144,000 chosen men.
That's right.
Alright, that bow their knees, alright, to the false doctrines and philosophies and the image of this world. Alright, Matthew 2:6, it said what? Israel is his people.
That's right.
Alright, word.
Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 23. Truly in vain is salvation hope, for from the hills is the salvation of Israel.
Salvation of Israel. The poor and afflicted people, the people that is set in holes, alright, the people that is robbed and spoiled, robbed of their heritage, robbed of their identity. You understand? The people that are ill-treated. You know, the Most High sending salvation to them. And that's true, that Savior was sent. Alright, and his name is Yahweh Shai. Alright, he was sent and he went among the nation and he went to the Israelites only. Alright, and that's what he commanded his prophets to do, his apostles to do. Alright? Commanded them to go unto the lost sheep at the house of Israel. And that's who salvation is for. These other nations is going to be our captives, whether they want to believe it or not. The book of Psalms chapter 2. John.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2. Right, verse 8, and it reads, Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Ask of me and I will give you the heathens for inheritance. Meaning we're going to be the rightful owners of these people.
That's right.
Alright? They're going to be our captives.
That's
and
right.
They're going to be under hardcore slavery just as we went through. Alright? Our children as fed as alligator bait. You know? They lynched our men. You know, they buck bricked. They tortured us. We're going to torture them. Alright? And 2 times worse. What?
You do not. And the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession.
We're going to rule this whole earth from the four corners. We're going to rule the four corners of this earth. Alright? Around the four corners of this earth, a so-called black man, Latino man, or Native American Indian man is going to be known as the ruler.
That's right.
Alright? No longer these heathens going to be in rulership. The scripture says you're going to cast down these people. You're going to cast down these principalities and these powers. Alright? And exalt the low tree. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Yeah, that does sound like something nice. You know, that does sound like peaceful slavery. You know, or indentured slavery. That is hardcore. Hardcore slavery, I call that. Or we're going to dash them in pieces with a rod of iron. Rule them with rigor. Alright, with cruelty.
That's right.
That's what we're going to do to these heathen nations. And it's thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, just as the prophets, they brought bad news. Like the bad news we bring into these heathens. Alright, we prophesying against them. Alright, and it's either you two-thirds, it's either you Israelites, because the two-thirds not going to get with the program. So it's either you Israelites get with the program or you'll be destroyed. Well,
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers, right? That strangers go back to the big one, Hebrew word, Nicomium, right? Which means a stranger, not like Israelite stranger.
That's stranger is Israelite. Yeah, that's stranger is Israelite. Yes? Anaga, yeah, that is Israelite. So read it from the top.
Verse 1, like?
Yeah, read from verse.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and send them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined to them.
Right, the strangers join into we, the Gentiles who Paul and them went to, like you, like me. Right? The Lord waking me back up and we were strangers. Like, and we come into the truth. Before we come into the truth, it had the apostles, it had, before I come in, it had Marcus, all of them. I was a stranger to know I was Israelite. So I joined myself. The stranger shall be joined unto them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Because we cleaving back to we heritage right now. So that is the stranger we're talking about. Yeah. Then talk about Hebrew.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 2 verse 11. And it reads, Wherefore, remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh.
We're Gentiles in the flesh.
Right.
We were strangers. How were we strangers when?
Who are called uncircumcised.
We were called uncircumcised. Because the scripture says in Romans chapter 2, for circumcision very little profit if thou keep the law. Alright, but if you will be a breaker the law, thy circumcision and become incircumcision. So they call us we were incircumcised or called the incircumcised because why? We didn't know the laws. Alright, we didn't know our heritage, we didn't know our identity. Just like many of us here was. Alright, was lost in the things of this world. Why?
We learn
meaning?
Right. By time past, which you call the uncircumcised, by which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
Yeah, and that was happening in the time the apostle Paul and them. Alright, the circumcised, which is the Jews, the ones that was in the land, they used to call the foreigner Jews. Alright, or the Israelites that was scattered abroad, they used to call them the uncircumcised.
Right.
They being the circumcision because they were in the land keeping the laws.
Right.
Well,
You learn, verse 12, that at that time ye were without a Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel.
just like we were. I was in Christianity being an alien from the commonwealth of Israel,
That's
from
right.
the truth. I was outside. Alright? I was considered as uncircumcised. You know? So the strangers are being joined. Going to be joined is the
The outside
Israelites are
people.
going to regain their identity.
That's right.
Right?
How the meaning of the word stranger in that verse there, right? It come from the Strong's age 1616 and is Ga. Ga, not right, Ga, right? It says a stranger, alien, sojourner, stranger, strangers, sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer. A newcomer. It's because we newly coming back, you know?
Chance.
For Hashem, like when Moses had his son,
Right.
God, because that killed the
Stranger.
so one of it, you know,
Can. A newcomer.
strange land.
A stranger and a stranger. That's how the natural Gentiles and
And you're going to talk about them just now. Them natural
yeah,
Gentiles,
it's going
right?
on into them. Yeah, so continue. No, you go ahead, you go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
So like, yeah.
Be known, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right, no Edomite them going and cleave to fucking. You understand? So that's not I'm talking about them. Because I know the scripture say, for without our dogs, sorcerers and whoremongers, and all that love it and leave it alive. So them not going and cleave to it. Them outside it. They're profane. They're profane. So not talking about Jakes, not talking about Jakes. The actual Gentiles, you want to talk about them, you know?
Be known, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land.
Then they talk about the Gentiles. So when they read verse 1 to verse 2, looking like that stranger's talking about heathens. But when it's saying them, they're talking about the actual heathen. Verse 1 they're talking about Israelites, and it jumped to verse 2, but it didn't go on to say, it didn't say it like heathen. It go on to say them, so you might get tired and say strangers, and you go and possess the strangers. So when I'm cleave to me and then we go and possess them, when I jump in, we jump from verse 1 to verse 1. Them they talking about heathen. Hey! I'll talk about less than 5 minutes somewhere. Moses' son, I'm no good up there. Hey! Wow! So we talking about strangers? Oh, like I don't remember this.
So the scripture said, you're going to possess them. That is the same Gentiles that I was talking about in Psalm chapter 2 that brother read. Alright? Ask of me for the heathens and I will give them for inheritance. I think them that we go and possess. These Elamites, Moabites, alright, the Edomites mainly, of course, you must possess them. Alright, these devils. Go ahead.
Be known, possess them in the land of Yahweh Shem Yahushai for servants and handmaids and they shall take them.
Servants and handmaids, like slaves. So there's going to be slavery in the kingdom because this going into the kingdom. There's a prophecy for the kingdom. Right, where Israel going to be set in their own land. Alright, they're going to be one. Meaning they're going to no separation with the southern kingdom and northern kingdom. They're going to be one. They're going to no strangers anymore.
That's right,
in the
that's
nation
right.
of Israel. Alright, going to be one. You know, and these heathen going to be all rightful possessions. Alright, go ahead.
None handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captives they were.
Captives they were.
Palestinian.
Or I can put it like this, who captives we are right now. Because right now we're in captivity. When the Lord walked on the earth, we was in captivity. When you read Matthew chapter 11. Alright? So you get a read for God, Matthew chapter 11 and verse 12.
Yeah, but I still have it. Chapter 11. Oh, you get it?
Nah, go ahead, I lost it.
Matthew chapter 11 verse 12. And it says, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence.
Kingdom of heaven, who is that? Like the children of Israel. The Lord is speaking to the disciples. He said, the kingdom of heaven, or the Most High, is coming up with observation. For it is within you, the Israelites. Alright? Kingly nation. And the kingdom of heaven suffered violence from the days of John the Baptist till this very present day. Till the time that the Lord walked the earth. Alright?
That's right, that's right.
About the Romans.
Done.
Alright? Which is Romans, when they go through history and research, these are the Edomites that are here today ruling.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force.
And the what? The violence. That's what these Edomites are. They are the violence. They are our captives. That they are our captors. And we are their captives. And you see the violence are being done to us throughout the four corners of this earth. Alright? You see these sanctions that America putting on the different nations that making them go into farming and whatnot. Alright, you see now these so-called black men being gunned down and preyed upon in America. Alright? These are the violence that have us in captivity. But our captors, they're going to be our captives.
God.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 40, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
Rest from thy sorrow, thy kingdom. That's when we go in and get rest, because it's not rest in this place. When we read Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It is polluted. Alright? It's polluted with the doctrines. It's polluted by just the atmosphere itself. When this place is smelling good, it's smelling stink. Alright? It's smelling all oil. It's at different franchises, KFC and whatnot. Alright? This place is sickening.
That's right.
You know, so they know our rest.
That's right, that's right.
Talk about the rest. Somebody can get on Hebrews chapter 4 and start at verse 9 up to 11. Alright, and we want to enter into that rest.
Hebrews chapter 4 verse 9. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High.
Yeah, now the kingdom. That's where we're going to be able to wake up one morning and enjoy life. So right now we're enjoying life. Right now you have to wake up. Alright, on the time the boss set for you, on the time the oppressor set for you, to go there and make him money, to go there and build up your kingdom. There's no rest. And when you hear Jake speak, Jake's always saying they are going on the grind. On the grind, right? Jake right now they're grinding out their whole life. They're hustling out their whole life. No rest.
That's right.
You understand? But what the scripture say what that? There remaineth a rest. You know, for the people that the Most High. When these nations going to have more rest, when we have rest, they're going to be in distress. Alright? They're going to be on the hustle, they're going to be on the grind.
Let's see. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 9. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High. For he that is entered into his rest, he also has ceased from his own works, as the Most High did from his.
Yeah, so when we enter into the kingdom, it's not no work for we to do. We're going to be all rock. Jake going to be just, that's like how Jacob was. A cool man dwelling in tents. That's how we're going to be in that time. Watching you heathens work. Ruling over these nations. Alright, with rigor. You know, that's our time of rest. Where we're going to be able to eat good food, grow properly, you know. do all these extra curricular activities right after enjoy, while his nation's gonna be weeping.
That's right, that's right.
Say, yeah, verse 11. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
And what labor that is, this labor out here. There's the labor you had to do, you had to pour out to enter into the rest. Show that diligence in doing the Most High's will. Alright, because the elect gonna really actually enjoy, you know, you really actually enjoy the fruits of the kingdom.
That's right, that's right.
You know, because they're gonna be the government, they're gonna be the governing body, they're gonna have everlasting life.
Can.
Alright, go ahead.
A precept they fear. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction, do the work of an evangelist.
Endure afflictions and be being afflicted. What did the prophet Jeremiah say in Jeremiah 10 and verse 19? Take it out real quick. How are we enduring this affliction? We understand that the Most High, He put us under these heathen nations because why? We disobeyed. Alright, so we have to get a bear it.
First Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Give diligence.
That's
in
right,
this work.
that's right.
Show zeal, show willingness to preach the words, to prophesy against the devil's system. Alright? And that will
That's
be
right.
doing. Go ahead.
For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
We shall never fall.
That's
We
right.
can't go back into captivity if we do this work. This work is onward to the kingdom. Alright? This is what going to exalt us as a nation. Going to make us on top of these other nations, on top of the food chain. Where we're supposed to be.
That's right.
Alright? Our rightful spot. Ready, Jeremiah 10 and 19.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 19. Woe is me, for my hurt, my wound is grievous.
My wound is grievous. These nations, these heathen nations, they continue to oppress us and they ain't stopping. He saw every day, every time he go on his bed, is to plot more wickedness to pawn Jakes. You understand? More ways of oppressing Jakes out here. More way of oppressing you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American out here.
That's right.
That's what the so-called white man all about.
That.
Oppressing. Alright? So that wound that he put on us is grievous. Go ahead.
Truly this is a grief, but I must bear.
But we must bear it. We had to bear it. You understand? Not to kill yourself, but to come out here and prophesy. You know? Not to give in, but to come out here and protest against these people.
That's right.
Alright? Go ahead and then I will continue.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 6. You will not sow to the nation, not for your destruction, but because you move Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to wrath.
Because you move your father to wrath. Let me put it that way. And just as any father would do, he would correct his son. So there's the correction from the Most High to the nation of Israel here. Alright? Amend your ways.
Can.
Alright? Change from your wicked doings.
That's right.
It's not for your destruction. This to make you see that, hey, I was going down the wrong path. You understand? Go ahead.
Can. I'll pull back from it up. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction, do the work of an evangelist.
Yeah, preach. Do the work of a preacher.
Can.
You know, and that is what we do. We take up that office. Alright, we walk in with that vocation which we were called. Alright, we watching, like scripture say we are the watchmen.
Can.
Alright, because we seeing, we looking into the scriptures, seeing what's to come, and we come in and declare it unto you all. As our watchman is do. He always only look for trouble. Alright, go ahead.
And make full proof of the ministry.
Make full proof of your ministry by coming out here. It are those that stuck up behind keyboards. I'm not making full proof. It are those that refraining from calling the name of the Lord. That is not making full proof.
Can.
Making full proof is going all out for this truth. All out to declare the will of the Most High. And righteousness will prevail.
That's right, that's
Alright,
right.
anybody have anything?
Isaiah 59 verse 1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save.
And so the Lord is not maimed, he's not disabled. In the sense that he's seeing his people going through the suffering. Alright? It's not that he can't save them, or the suffering that they're going through is too mighty for him. Alright? That's not the case. Go ahead.
Say that it said, neither is ear heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquities are separate between you and your God.
Your iniquities, where's that your sin? And why iniquity is sin? Your sins have separated me. You lost that connection.
That's right.
Alright, then the scripture saying the Apocrypha. Alright, incorruption maketh us nigh unto the Most High. Alright? So when it is we live our life pleasing to the Most High, that is when we had a connection. Alright, but when you sin, when it is eating pork, you keep in carnival, alright, you keep in Christmas, you know, you're committing homosexuality, you're committing adultery, the connection with the Most High lost. And these heathen nations will walk all over you. Alright, that's where your sins causing. Go ahead.
And your sins have hid his face from you.
Your sins have hid his face from you. You can get from the Habakkuk 1. Habakkuk 1 and his Most High will purize her. Habakkuk 1 and 16. Alright, because the Most High will deal with sinners. Scripture even say that, but we know that the Most High heareth not sinners. Alright?
Chapter 1 verse 13, it says, Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue, when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he.
Yeah. To the Most High thou pure eyes than to behold iniquity. You know, that is why when it is your sin, right now we as a nation, the reason why we're suffering under these heathen nations is because we sin. You know, we offend the Most High. So he's dealing with us as a father, punishing us. You know, he said, I will return to my place in the book of Hosea until they acknowledge their offense. In their affliction they shall seek me early.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You know, so what you have to do is seek the Most High now. Alright? That's something there.
And your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity.
Your hands defiled with blood and your fingers with iniquity. Alright? Especially these women. You know, committing a mass amount of abortions, which is murder.
That's right.
Alright? Murder inside of the womb. You know? Hand filled with blood also by these gang-related violence amongst the nation. Rasta versus Muslim, you know, Muslim versus Rasta and all this kind of foolishness. Alright, it's a bloody nation right now. Alright? Somewhere there?
Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue have muttered perverseness, not calling for justice, nor any plea for truth.
No, not any plea for truth. They love the ways of falsehood. Alright, they love Christianity. You know, which is falsehood. Worshipping a white God.
That's right. That's right.
Worshipping a false name.
That's right.
You know, bowing down to wood and stone. They ain't seeking after this truth. When they hear this truth, they turn their back and gone. Alright? Because this truth too abrupt and too sharp and too rough for them. Alright? And that's how we bringing it how it is. Alright, we bring in the unadulterated truth. Which people can't handle. They're like cockroaches. Alright, they fear, you're afraid light. Go ahead.
They trust in vanity and speak lies.
They trust in vanity and speak lies. They trust in their money. Alright, they trust in their job. They trust in their career. That is vanity. Alright, that is vain works. And Ecclesiastes, Solomon spoke about it. He said all is vanity and vexation of spirit. You know why? Because it can't save you. Your money not going to save you anytime a Jacob struggle.
That's right.
Your money going to save you anytime a martial law. So it's vain. It's good for nothing.
They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity.
They conceive mischief. You know, among the nation we have men that changing the sex into woman. Alright? That is a mischief. You know? All these different mischiefs our people doing, they're going to be judged with. The Lord ain't sleeping. Alright? The Lord will execute his wrath.
That's right. That's right.
That's up there.
Can. One from an Ecclesiastes here. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 7 and 8. Then I returned and saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he had no child nor brother, yet there is no end of all his labor. Neither is his eye satisfied with riches, neither saith he, for whom do I labor?
And because here in this kingdom, you have to work till you're dead. That's all they're doing. They're working for your enemy till you die.
Done.
You understand? Where was the use of all that labor? You know? Where's the use of all that sweat and tears and bloodshed? Have no use. It's all vanity.
Done.
The preacher saying what? Vanity under the sun.
That's right.
You know, but this work here, there's not vanity. There's a work that's going to tend to life, to prosperity, durable riches.
Done.
But the Lord said that is what with him. Proverbs 8 and 18. Alright? So we're doing this work, alright, which is profitable, which is the most beneficial thing. Alright? See that something?
Psalm chapter 5 verse 4. For thou art not a power that had pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee.
Neither shall evil dwell with the Most High. So all workers of iniquity are going to be dealt with. They're going to be cut off. As the scripture says, two parts therein shall be cut off and die. Because why? They mingle themselves in iniquity. Who work in witchcraft, alright? Who go in and by the Obia man, you know, to get bushfat, to get prosperity, to hook man. You know, all these different evils that you're doing. You must have no pleasure in that. And you definitely have no pleasure in the rulers of this world.
That's
Esau,
right,
Edom, which is the main wicked. Alright? So they're going to come down. Go ahead.
The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
It is what?
All workers of iniquity.
It is all sinners. I see workers of iniquity, sinners, committing adultery, all these different things. Homosexuality, eating pork, going up into these churches, calling on the names of other gods. Most High hate you. Alright, to get the love of the Most High, you gotta show him love. Alright, as he says in Proverbs 8 and verse 17. He says, I love them that love me, and they that seek me early shall find me. So we don't be seeking the Most High.
That's right.
We seeking to have the favor of the Most High for them ill times that coming. Alright, for them dread times that coming. Isaiah 3 and 8, if you are anything.
James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
Yeah, the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High. And right now you're all walking according to the fashion of this world. You're joined hand in hand with Esau's world, the way he set up his system. Alright, a carnal world. Alright, this world based on carnality, and to be carnally minded is enmity with the Most High.
That's right.
Alright, is an enemy to the Lord.
Yeah. James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
Right, so this man you are here that you worshiping is an enemy to God. But this is a world-friendly God. This God loves everybody in the world.
God.
So he's an enemy to the living God.
That's right. That's
Like the
right.
scripture said.
That's
Whoso
right.
love the world is an enmity with the Lord. This God love the world. This is the God who love the world. All persons who come and praise this God. So he's an enemy to the living God.
That's right.
Understand?
It said, whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Right? I want to jump to verse 8. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you.
How you drawing nigh to the Most High? By doing what he says. Alright, because you can't say you want God like this. I ain't doing what you can't say you want a woman. A woman can't say she's one with her husband if she don't do what her husband says. Alright? You gotta do what your husband says, and our husband is Yahweh Ba'ashem.
That's right. That's right.
That's
So
right.
you draw nigh to him is to do exactly what it says. What he says, go ahead.
How?
It says, cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
And
Be afflicted and mourn.
be afflicted and mourn. This affliction is for you to study what the fuck I was doing. You understand? The Most High feed me, he nourish me, and I take me back against him, boy. You know, this is what this affliction for. That's what every cutas is for. When you beat your children, it's for them to study what they're doing, so that they ain't gonna do it no more. Go ahead.
Be afflicted and mourn, and weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning, and your joy to heaviness.
God.
Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up.
You see that humility? Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. And the scripture say what the beginning of pride, which is the opposite of humility. It's when one departed. Gone again? Gone. Alright, so you have to be humble. Because Isaiah chapter 2 also talks about the lofty. The ones that are lofty, most are going to bring them down low.
That's right, that's right.
Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 10 verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one depart from the Most High.
That is the beginning of pride. So true humility is going back to the Most High, coming back to serve Him, being obedient to Him. Alright, that's actually one of the definitions. Alright, for humility or being humble, obedient. Alright, go ahead.
And his heart is turned away from his maker.
And that's you people today. Your heart turn away from your maker. Alright, you're serving idol gods. You know, you're walking after the fashion of this world. You're worshiping Cesar Borgia. You're worshiping your woman. As your heart turning away from God because that is not of the Most High. The Most High don't support them thing. Alright?
I want. God.
It says, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination.
For out abominations. Gone.
Can.
That is what this fella promoting. Alright, this white meat. Promoting every what is the doctrine behind this. It's come as you are.
Can.
It says, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities, and overthrew them utterly.
Overthrew them utterly and strange calamities. And that's what's going to come upon you Christians mainly too. Calamities. Alright, because you're worshiping an idol God and you're proud about it. Alright, Jesus Christ is not the name of the Messiah. Neither was he a white man or a man with leprosy or leprous skin. Alright, he was a melanated man and he had a Hebrew name, which is Yahushai.
That's right.
Alright? You have finished that?
Can. Y'all want that? Alright, can after.
This is Proverbs chapter 11 verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Yeah, and these people, their hand join in hand with Esau's system.
That's right.
They're in unison with the devil's way. Alright? They support and they highly extol this devil's kingdom. You know, what the scripture says in is Isaiah chapter 13, all that join with him shall be thrust through. Alright, so though hand and join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And we're gonna see it.
That's
and
right.
the scripture says in Psalms 91, only with thine eyes wilt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Go ahead.
This is 1 John chapter 2 verse 18 and then jump into verse 22. Little children, it is the last time. As ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists.
There are many antichrists. As we were saying in the Hebrew tongue, many anti-Mashiachs.
That's right.
Alright, many of you all are against the Lord, and once you're not for him, alright, you're against him. And
That's
the
right,
scripture says,
that's
do not gather with me and scatter it abroad.
Can.
Alright, you're against the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's
And
right.
this image is anti-Mashiach because they know how the Lord look. Alright, the Lord never looked nothing like this. This is not scriptural. Alright, but you people, you bow down to this. Your grandparents have it stick up in their homes, in the churches, and that way you're feeding the children. So the scripture says that many anti-Mashiachs. That people out there also they're looking for that great anti-Mashiach or great antichrist to come. Some say antichrist is Obama.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, that was a big talk. Obama coming to power.
God,
That was a big talk. Obama is the Antichrist.
that's madness. I just show you the level of ignorance of you people. The reason
That's right,
they
that's
don't
right.
read. If we had read this scripture, you would understand that is bullshit. There are many antichrists or anti-Mashiachs.
Whereby we know that it is the last time.
No, we sure that this is the last time. Alright, because many of them are out here today. Alright? Go ahead.
Jump into verse 22. Who is a liar? But he that denieth Yahushua is the Hamashiach. He is an antichrist. That
So all they are denying that Yahweh Shai, alright, is the Lord, that melanated man, alright, from the tribe of Judah, from Israel, alright, all they are denying him is an anti-Mashiach or antichrist.
That's right.
Alright, give me 1 John 4:1 as you did. 4:1.
This is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because many false prophets have gone out into the world.
Yeah, but don't believe every spirit. Because that'll be a pastor like to come and tell you the spirit told him, and the spirit revealed unto him that Obama is the Antichrist, or this is the Antichrist, or this or the Antichrist. Don't believe that. You understand? Try the spirit, and how you're trying the spirit is through the words.
That's right, that's right.
You're trying the spirit through the words of the Most High. Somebody says something, alright, you try it through the word, prove all things.
John chapter 3 verse 34. For he whom the Most High hath sent speaketh the words of the Most High. For the Most High giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him.
Yeah, so the prophets gonna speak of the words of the Most High, the true prophets. But as soon as you hear somebody speaking heresies, speaking things contrary to this word, you know that the Most High ain't sent them.
That's right.
The scripture saying Romans chapter 13, how shall they preach on except they be sent? So really and truly, these pastors, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, alright, locally Pastor Coffee, you know, Bishop Gary George, these men have no right teaching. Alright? The scripture talk about that their mouths must be shut, speaking things which they ought not. Alright? They're not supposed to be dealing up with this. Alright? The Most High revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, if you get up from it real quick.
Amos chapter 3 verse 7.
Amos.
Alright? Because the scripture says great is the mystery of godliness. The scripture was written in such a way for only the chosen men to understand it.
That's right.
And that's why we out here, to be a guide unto the blind. Because not everybody can receive this. It's not free for all. Alright? Go ahead.
Amos chapter 3. Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will do nothing but to reveal the secrets unto his servants the prophets.
Yeah, the only thing, only people the Most High going to reveal this to is his servants, the prophets. Alright, we go to it again, Matthew chapter 13. Yeah, from 11.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because
Start of verse 10. We had the question the disciples answered.
Matthew 13 verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, so why is these people can't get? Why they don't understand that salvation is for only Israel? Why they don't understand that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip? Because what? Unto the elect, alright, which the disciples was a representation of the elect. It's only for the elect to know the mysteries of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
I wonder if
Alright, but to them it was not given. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 11 verse 7. What then Israel had not obtained, that which he seeketh for.
Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for. The whole nation didn't obtain it. Alright, man, you can see Israel seeking. That's why they go to the Obia man. They go to the different, they're jumping from religion to religion, seeking the truth. But they can't obtain it unless the Most High give it to them. Alright, but who obtained it?
But the election had obtained it, and the rest was blinded.
The elect obtained it, and the rest was blind. Read verse 8 also at Babakusha.
Verse 8. According as it is written, God had given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day.
Unto this day.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 21. such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them. As for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not. Neither hope there for the wages of righteousness.
Yeah. And these people, they don't put a spirit into this word neither, like we do. Alright, they don't meditate upon the words of the Most High. So there's no way possible that they could get us. Alright, I just show you how dread it is. Alright, to have friendship with this world. You know, because the scripture says you put the world in their heart. That's all they focus on. They focus on this corruptible world, this wicked world. So that they can't understand the mysteries of the Most High. So it's very important to take a time off from the things of this world and tune in. You know? And focus and envision the things I'm written here. Colossians chapter 3 verse 1.
Something quick for you. Because this is what the Most High tells to Ezra, and Ezra was a priest and a prophet of the Most High. You know? 2nd Ezra chapter 4 verse 1. And the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer and said, thine heart hath gone too far into this world.
Wow.
And thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High?
So once you're too deep in this world, you could never understand the things of the Most High. Them things go blind you.